So question, how do digital artists get so good? Well, here's the top research that I've come across on my journey in the digital realm thus far from other artists, as well as through my own personal experience. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So if you know me, I'm more a traditional kind of person. Pencil, pen, paintbrush. Seriously, digital art is still pretty scary for me. So hopefully this video is helpful to some of you guys who are wanting to get into digital art like myself. Now do yourselves a favor and invest in a tablet that has a screen on it. The bigger, the better. Like, stay away from those bamboo. I mean, I guess those are super entry level, but very cheap. And if you really want to get into digital painting, I suggest going with something a little bigger. And nowadays though, people can get away with just using like an iPad Pro or their smaller tablets and a stylus. Keep in mind, those are just as good. So firstly, always adjust the point setting to make sure you get the pen to screen coordination precise with your viewing angle. This may not be the same for everybody, but on a Huion tablet, this is the layout of the setup. Click working area, go into monitor calibration, and press the dots accordingly. I do this twice, actually, at the beginning. The second time around, I find I'm more focused on actually trying to aim for the exact center of the red dots. Periodically, you do leave the table to go take a break, go to the bathroom, grab some snacks and stuff. So your viewing angle actually changes. So it's always good to just recalibrate whenever you leave the table. Sometimes if you forget to readjust, it just makes things that much harder. All right, so the sketch, guys. All digital artists go through multiple drafts before creating a layer that's going to be their final hard line or line art or inking. One thing I notice is seasoned digital artists love to work big, but also they usually use the thinnest outline for their final line art. This is something I have to get used to. But remember, thick lines is a style too. Can't stress this one enough, guys. Use your layers. When it comes to traditional, there is no Control Z. But also, if I want to create a new layer, I literally have to erase the first, or just draw over it darker, I guess. This is where layers play key, especially during the rough draft. In this case, I really didn't like how the first line art turned out, and I was at it for like 40 minutes to an hour, so I started from scratch on a different layer. I don't have much to say about color other than learn your color theory, even the most basic. Skin tones though, I've noticed that digital artists never use gray for shadows, but they will use it for the concept toning. So for the rough drafts and their first layer under base or whatever you guys want to call it, this is to give them an idea of where to place their shadows. Here's a super important tip, guys. Get used to flipping your canvases. Traditionally, like if you're drawing on a piece of paper, you'd have to use a light box or put it up to a window to be able to see your picture flipped. But now we have rotate, so abuse this power. Use mirroring to get more symmetry in your characters and also to help adjust to proper proportions. Relative to your style, of course, because some people out there make fun of how other people's characters are proportioned when in fact the thighs are that big because it's part of this person's style. We're getting somewhere. What's next? Learn your shortcuts. Now, if you're new to Photoshop, the easiest way to be able to figure out what the shortcuts are, well, first off, it's just a Google search away or a YouTube search away. Just go to Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, and from there, you can basically figure out all the shortcuts on Photoshop. You can also customize it to your own liking too. Important shortcuts to know. My top 5, obviously Control Z. Maybe that doesn't even need to be in the top 5 because that's a given. Everybody knows undo and copy and paste. Cut, Control X. But how about transform or rotate canvas? Or crop, or even how to rotate your colors real quick. Box deselect. There's tiny shortcuts that just make your workflow so much more efficient. Take advantage of all of the free art brushes available on the internet. This is something that I just held myself back for the longest time to do. I don't know why. You can only really get away with the stock brushes you have on Photoshop for so long. Like, it's hard to achieve character, pun intended. And if you're wondering where to find these free paintbrushes, again, just a Google search away. Top sites that I found them on are like DeviantArt. You can buy them on StoryEnvy, Etsy, ArtStation. People link them on Gumroad.
I'm not here to waste my time on yet another bad romance.
Next tip, abuse effects respectably. There's a reason why all of these photo manipulation software give you these effects. You guys gotta use them. Now if you're scared to play around with your original colored layer, just flatten your whole image, Control A to select all, and then Control C, undo until you get all of your layers back, and then on a brand new layer, copy your image. Now you have a new image to work with. But yeah, adjust the lighting if you have to, change the saturations, play around with the hues, add more vibrancy, or make life easy and just color dodge. And eventually you'll have something fairly decent, I hope. Well, like with anything, practice and delayed gratification and patience and discipline. I guess they all closely relate to one another somehow. Again, these are just a handful of the art tips out of the hundreds out there that have helped me these past few weeks in trying to find my own digital art style. Because remember, copying can only get you so far, but if you really master the basic fundamentals, you can get to your own personal unique style that much faster. So I guess that's it for this video, guys. Kind of just wanted to share with you my research that I've done these past few weeks in trying to figure out my own stuff. But if this video has helped you guys in any way, shape, or form, consider dropping a like, because dislikes really don't matter anymore. Anyway, leave some good vibes in the comments, watch one of my other art videos, and we'll see you guys when we see you. Thanks for watching.
In the merry-go-round, even though I'm grown, I know I'm still a child at the bone, 'cause I never